Ladies should never. You want me like you, that look. Yeah. Her Rex on her. Yeah. Big Rex better calm down. Yeah. If you go around, come around. Yeah. Whole squad. Yeah. Squad goes on me. Yeah. Make some orange gel on my toes. Yeah. Terracotta glass for the trolls. Yeah. You can go and get mad. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth. Man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag. Something to do with that. I got this grease on my back. Carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning. Skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me sleep rest in the morning. I had a sister by the morning. I got on a meat, no pneumonia. The rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture.
You got a picture me. Send me calling. Ready for war like Korea. Headline and in my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to Dustin? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Money goes on these. When I send a new bay alert, gon' be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose too.
Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Jacksonville. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Wide. Listen to me. Receiver. Yellow.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Minnesota's football here in just a second, and you think about the season that the Vikings have had, maybe not the kind of year that folks had envisioned for the Vikings. You thought maybe this could be an 11, 12, maybe even a 13-win season if all fell in place, but that has not been the case.
That is so true because we thought with the acquisition of Kirk Cousins, that would take care of everything on offense. The defense, one of the best in the league in 2017. No reason to think that that wouldn't continue, and they've still been one of the top units out there. But if they make the playoffs and they play as they did against Miami in Week 15, especially on offense when they ran the ball for 198 yards, look out, because then the Vikings could be dangerous. Can you imagine if they went to Dallas and took them on the road? Imagine that physical clash. And if they emerged out of that one, who knows?
Now Cousins. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. First carry for a Central Florida alum, Latavius Murray. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They're going to try and throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A.J. Fournier with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Kessler. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Ben Gideon coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up. Working from the gun, Kessler. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cole. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Kessler now on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters an...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Miles Jack. Able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Off the play fake, Cousins. And the third down pass falls incomplete. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on 4th down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt the ball.
Well, here's something you don't see too often. They're 0 for 2 converting these in the opening quarter, but they're trying a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and it'll be a turnover on downs. As Jacksonville readies for their next offensive snap, looking back to what they did this year, Charles, it just was a struggle. It has been a struggle all year, way below 500. And this coming off the season where they were so close to going to the Super Bowl, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James O'Shaughnessy from 21 yards away. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Vikings making their way out. And let's take this time to talk about the Vikings Club Championship of Madden. It was held in mid-December, and your winner, I.B. Straffen, or is it I.B. Strafen? You've got the pronunciation guide.
I.B. Strafen.
Strafen. My bad, Mr. Strafen. Whichever you prefer, but defeating newcomer Jay Wolfman, he'll represent the Vikings in the league-wide club championship event in early February that has a $700,000 prize pool.
I just want you to know I heard from I.B. Strafen's people. It is not whichever you prefer. It's I.B. Strafen.
I guess I should probably correct it. It might be Jay Wolfman, not Wolfman, like I said. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On 2nd down, Cousins again. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. On play action, Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And some space here. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now Kessler forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ben Gideon coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. To throw, Kessler going for it all. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Kessler. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They'll go for it. It's Kessler. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
Well, some news that gave us a chuckle, and we could all use that around the holiday season. Josh Johnson, a great story. He was back home in Oakland when the Redskins called to see if he'd like to join him for the remainder of the season. So how did he get to know his new teammates? Or what did he do? He turned to the Madden game, Charles.
Yeah, and that's how you learn who they are, right? Learn what they do, have some tendencies, get some ideas about their speed and what they do well and maybe what they don't do so well. And it really helped him acclimate and get himself a big victory in Week 15 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. How about the bloodline of Josh Johnson, though? Also related to Marshawn Lynch of the Oakland Raiders and Marcus Peters of the Los Angeles Rams.
Pretty good company.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And Rudolph has it left side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Bingo.
First down. Here's Cousins. His throw caught at about the 5. A nice gain of 21 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, we're good.
Cousins again. And he's he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. A great play there. Taking it in. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. From the gun on third, Kessler. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Kessler to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Forbath, the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
No, check, Patriot!
first down. Kessler throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10. Here's Kessler again. Being chased out left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Looking to pass, Kessler. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4th. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? So they will go for it. Now Kessler. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Now the return, Rashad Green. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, partner, league-wide, I think we're set up for a wild month of January. It seems like this season, more than others, we've had a number of teams that you maybe say, hey, they're the Super Bowl favorites. Kind of the Rams early, then it was the Chiefs. Patriots kept winning, then the Saints, and now, heck, maybe even the Texans or the Bears could claim that moniker.
Yeah, it's going to make for a wild month of January. And you just wonder right now, are we missing a team or two that's just a little bit outside the playoff hunt? Could they get hot and beat?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Sherrills to return it. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Now Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it a second down. They'll throw again. Cousins.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the red zone now, Cousins. This is caught, and he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. Stephon Diggs from 13 yards out. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. To the air again, it's Cousins. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Kessler. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ben Gideon in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. On second down, here's Yeldon. And an alley to run. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Everson Griffin able to drop him for a loss of 4.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. On 3rd and long, it's Kessler. He's going to air one out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. They'll try and throw for it with Kessler. Looking long for Westbrook. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Forbath able to convert the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd down, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Third and short yardage. Cousins.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's got this down to the 35. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, they tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins trying to lay one up deep, and that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's going to loft one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there, and he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
On first down, Murray. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Cousins now on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The quick slant caught, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? To keep running.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. A.J. Boye with a pick. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 40, the 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Forbath, the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
They call a podcast Poppy. King goes, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See slime break night, this break night. My wristwatch is like a brake light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the stuff in your hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. Super Bowl Sunday. With the facts. Security guard told Kevin Hart to relax. Oh! Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold. I reinvented myself, they sorta hated it. I reinvented myself and upgraded it. Traded in the Jews, copped a couple new ones. Lost a couple friends and got a couple new ones. Upstairs and downstairs, the balcony. These oceanside views, the alchemy. Ain't nothing crazy like the city in the summertime. So when it's winter, I still be on my summer grind. Handle your business, handle your business. Loyal and honor, don't break no bro codes. The more red rose, max with the rose gold. Whoever counted me out, they can't count. Oh! Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold. They call a podcast Poppy. King goes, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What?
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now. The kick. And he'll take it up.